Hey, welcome everyone to the stream. We're working on using MatterHackers MH build series, MatterHackers build series filament in printing a Philadelphia Eagles logo, the Eagle logo. And this is behind the scenes, which means that it's raw, there's no cut. I'm just going through filming footage that I'm going to use in the video that I will produce tonight. And this is really the pregame show to Glenn and Xander's Fun King 3D live stream that's at 9 o'clock. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm going to get you guys all warmed up for that. Let's copy a link. Rolling on. Hey, Glenn. That is great. Yes, that is great. So let me share this out. I got a tweet that I'm working on right now. Where is the? Let's share this. Is life that difficult? Okay, that's fun. What else do I get? So, new window. Good. Good. There we go. All right, thanks for tweeting that, Glenn. Awesome. So we have MatterHackers filament. This is the filament that I received. So it's the build series. It's a product that they just released, I think last month, maybe the month before. You can see it on their site. I have a link in the chat there. You can click on that to get access to the filament. I bought, I think I bought a roll or two, maybe three, my first order. I was so happy with the order that I ordered more. They shipped it right away. And the color that I have for the Eagles logo, I have white, black, silver, and I have this this green that just happens to it matches it so well. So one of the things I have to do is get my camera gear going. My GoPro I'm setting up. I also have camera I'm setting up. Barely see it in. How's everything look for you guys? I gotta switch to that now. And I'm gonna start a print. I already had the logos were already added. So now I just want to make sure I grab one. All 5 lights. Yep, okay, so that's the one. So I first want to add a purge block. Then I'll add logo. So where 0, 0 is down there. put the purge block there. I already sliced this, so I'm going to skip this part now. I should just be able to load up Octoprint. We'll switch to Eagles. And I don't want the 200% one because that'll take too long. So this will take 1 hour to print. And it requires switching the filament out. Unloading the filament. And when I'm in a rush, when I have to sit here and clip off the end, so every time I pull the filament off, I always clip the end fresh. Switch to the camera. So I always clip, talking to this camera now, I always clip the filament fresh as soon as I'm done with it. I remove it. That way, in a panic, if I have to switch the filament, I don't have to worry about taking extra time to clip it. This is the MatterHackers white that I'm using. White balances. Reflection. See if we get that in there. Not really. But it looks fine here on this camera. Okay, loading the filament. Stick to me. I can start this print. And then while that's printing, I'm going to go into explaining how I prepared the print. Because I have to capture that for the camera. Let's going. Holy crap, the chat's blowing up. MatterHackers World's here, Mike's here. Alright. Let me bring up chat on my phone. So who's everybody rooting for Sunday? Or shouldn't I ask that question? Chat is up on the phone though. Yeah, Sunday. Sunday. Alright. So while that is printing, check it. Now we got Inception on the screen. Logo is printing the first layer. Double check this file that I'm printing. This may not be the right one that I'm printing. I might have to abort this. Too much of a... Layers with colorizing. That's the one I want. I'll cancel this. No problem. I hear you, Glenn. Just a wake up. You guys hear the bass? That's my son working on me. His studio is right below me. I think it would be a lot worse if I didn't have that Ruxel insulation in there. So this is the one we want to use. Colorizing. So MatterHackers World, where are you from? Oh, it's bed heating. We're in the middle of waiting for the bed to heat up because this is 60 degrees. So it went from, started cooling down when I aborted the print. Freezing to 60. camera a little bit more. That should be fine there. Oh yeah, you did say that. I forgot about that. It's got to be so convenient. Oh my god, that's closer than the nearest restaurant to me. I mean, we're not out in the sticks or anything. It's awesome. I'd be there like every day. You got like frequent flyer miles with that? So this is the model that I created. Now, I created this from an SVG file. I'll turn off the body so you can see the vector. I had to play with this a little bit. The vector itself was it wasn't complete in some areas. Of the lines weren't connected. Not a problem. I was able to fix it. There's a add-in that I used. It's called Connect the Dots, and the link might be in the description. No, that was in one of my other live streams. So what? It was like this area here wasn't closed. This one, that one. I think every area, every vector outside of that had a couple spots that weren't connected, and those spots I found manually. It wasn't until later that I realized that after reading somebody's post, and they actually had a video up there, how to do this was you just select the vector and run that script that I showed you, connect the dots, and I found that I had to run it twice on this one vector. The first time it connected a couple of the dots that were missing. It somehow it goes along the path and it does something to look for the nearest point in proximity that's not connected to anything, and then it connects it. But it's based on your selection. And like I said, I only had to run that macro twice on one, or it's actually Python. I only had to run that script twice on one vector. The other vectors that I did run it on, I only had to run it once because it seems like there was only one point that, well, technically 2 points that weren't connected to 1 point. Once that was done, and again, this is Fusion 360, I'm able to click on these areas and extrude. There's still a little hokey problem with this because the vectors don't coincide perfectly, and the resulting model is not perfect. So I can't release this model as is. This would require probably about 6 hours of real cleanup, between 3 and 6 hours of real cleanup to make it a clean model. That's one of the reasons why I didn't release this. Otherwise, I would have. And then I just took the approach of extruding everything at different levels. And I went with 1 millimeter levels. And I'll show you, turn this on, what I mean. That's my purge block for that. So the first level is really everything was selected and I extruded it once, 1 millimeter. The next level was the inside vector, extruded 1 millimeter. And I just kept repeating that. And so this first level is white, the next level is green, the next level is black, this level is silver. Oh, this first level is white. I did say that, right? This is silver. Then this part here is white. So bottom layer and the top layer are both white. And I was printing with some other filament. It was a cheap filament in white. And you know, it looked good, but then when I opened up the MatterHackers build series and printed with it, you could see a big difference with the white. The white I was printing with wasn't exactly translucent, but it didn't have. I don't think it had a good enough dye in it to make it a solid white color. And the MatterHackers just came out great. So if I can, this camera probably will not pick up. Oh yeah, it might. Let me switch to my streaming camera. Yep, you can see through it, right? So that gives you an idea of how, you know, it's not a. I would have to print this probably another 2 or 3 millimeters to make it a solid color. I mean, it came out good. Looking at it from this way, it's fine. But if I were to put some backlight in here, you would see some bleed through on the white. And you would naturally anyway, but I think you would really see a lot, and it would take away from how it looks. I'm going to show you how I did that. I used the Prusa website for that. I think Vicky told me about it. Mike told me about it. Glenn, I think you told me about it. Martin told me about it. Yeah, so when we had the Friday night, Glenn, can you throw that in there? Our F3D PCH link. Either to Twitter or to YouTube, whatever. Actually, YouTube doesn't really matter, right? It's really the Twitter. So when we had that discussion, that's when I discovered that, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm glad I did, because this came out pretty awesome, and I shipped a 9-inch one that I printed to the MatterHackers yesterday. So they should be getting that next week. So let me switch to this camera. This view. Now I'm going to show the colorizer. So this is the colorizer. I'll throw this link in the description of the video. Or maybe it's already there. Yep, it's already there. And then what you do is you drop file into there. Let's say I'll drop without colorizing, right? I'll take this one, but the one that says without colorizing 60 degrees. Drop that into here. So now it's ready to again. We will restart. Like it's remembering my code. Very different one. Now I'll try this one. I actually remembered. That's cool. All right, so you can set as many layers as you want. So it's 5 millimeters high. So the first 5 layers are printed in white. So white's already loaded in there. I don't need to do anything with it. So at 1 millimeter, I need to switch the color. Then at 2 millimeters, I switch the color. And 3 and 4. So this will be green, black, silver, white. And so it starts at 0, right, because it's printing the first layer. And then it goes all the way up to 0.8 millimeters for the 5th layer. Starts working on the 6th layer, which is 1 millimeter, and that's where the color change occurs. And all it does is I think it inserts an M600 command, and that M600 just moves the nozzle out of the way on the bed and allows you to switch the color. And the color change should be coming up 23 minutes, somewhere like that, for this first layer. I shouldn't say layer, for the first color. So let's see, we are far into this. Four minutes a layer. So we got 2 more layers to go after this. So another 10 minutes. That's what I'm guessing. Can you guys hear the music? It's got to be bleeding through. Yep, I see it. I see it bleeding through. Wonder how that's going to come up in the video. There's not much I'll be able to do about that. I got to record this video now. So let's talk a little bit about these vectors. And what's everybody working on? What's your big thing? Yeah, he's been working on some rap. He deleted or he hid all his music up to this point, and now he's got some hip hop out there, rap, whatever. That he's working with a friend of his. Let's hide all of this. And then that is the first layer. I could extrude that, but here's how I did it. I selected inside of each one of these. Holding shift while I click, right? And if anybody knows of an easier way, oh, there we go. He just really increased the base there now. I don't know if he's doing that intentionally or not. Oh no, the 6th time? That's crazy. Is it because there's a lot of overhangs and it's just not printing right? I had a couple issues with that. I mean, I haven't printed a whole lot in my time because I only had the printer since March. Alright, so I'm going to extrude all of this. I don't want to create. No. Did I just completely unselect it? Okay, once again. Yes, with one keystroke, one wrong mouse click, you can ruin an entire selection. There we go. Now we'll extrude. Now we'll go up 1 millimeter. So there we go. Now, okay, and that's a problem, right? This is part of where, like, this is, I think this is the one where I had to do it twice with that connected dots code. Oh yeah, yep. I had similar experience with the Eiffel Tower. I'll extrude this one up 1 millimeter. So the model is not perfect. I mean, you can look in here and you can see some issues with it, right? And I really shouldn't have done it that way. So let's take that as, let's just do this. See if I can select all that. I already have this down here. Let's select the next one. Copy and paste. I want to enter. Select this one, copy, paste, and we'll drag it down 4. This might make things easier. Oh, that's already 4. So move it up 3. Go up 1. So there we go. That's up 1. And that'll make it a little bit easier for extruding. Yeah, I gotta get S3D. Just you know, I hear what Jatman says about it, and I'm just hesitant just because of that. All right, I'm gonna copy paste, and we'll drag it down. So that's 3. We'll go 2. And this might make it a little bit easier to extrude. Because I can select that whole thing, and then let's see, I can select that whole thing. No. Right there. And there's actually a way I can do that. I can left click, hold, and then so I can select the profiles through something when you left click, hold. Yeah. Okay. I should really move them to a different object because this is really getting cluttered. Let's do it like this. And next part's the silver. Move these down. Here, technically. And here. If I copy, paste, this will go down 1. Okay. Now I think I'm ready because to extrude these other areas, just click on them. Here we go. So what we did, we got 1 millimeter down. No. 1 up, 1 up, 1. Let's try this. We'll extrude now. 1 up. You know, I still have a Threadripper 1950 I gotta build. Sitting here on this and doing anything. Dude. I think this is working a lot better than my other approach. And again, all I'm doing is going through the motions of what I had to do to create the model. Could have gone this way instead of moving that one down. This over here, and we want silver. This right. All of that is silver. Let me just double check with the model. Okay, so this I can extrude downward 1 millimeter. This too. And then the last part is to extrude the white area. There and here. This will extrude upward 1 millimeter. There we go. That is the model. Done right. Yep. My selection and everything matches. And then you would take that into, well, let's see if we can save this, right? 3D print. Everything should get selected now. Yep, everything's selected. Then I 3D print that and I save that to version 7. Now this will be version 8. All 5 layers. And then you got the STL file. And then you can slice that. Although this looks, that looks wrong, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like it's more than? That looks like it's greater than 1 millimeter. So easy fix. You move. Hold on. Select the faces. Right click. Move. Copy. You have faces selected. And we want to go down 1. Go down to 0, right? Yep. There we go. Now it's better. Save this model. 3D printing in. Let's replace that file. Then we can go in a slicer, delete that guy. We'll leave this purge block in here. I'll add and one of the things I do is I make sure I have the bed at 60 degrees. Yep, bed's at 60. Because I've been having problems. I don't know about the MatterHackers filament, but that other cheap filament I had a problem with. So after talking to everybody in F3D PCH, I decided to just stick with 60 as my go-to number for now. And I sliced it, and now we can take a look at the layers. You know what? I could probably get away with changing this from 5 layers on the bottom to like maybe 3 and 3 on the top. That might make it print faster. Place again, take a look at the layers. So we got 3 layers. Then we go open. Yeah, that'll print a lot faster. That'll be a smaller file. That's a failed print there. So this will be printing while Fun King's stream is going on. So I'll be ending the stream shortly. The one I loaded in did not have the proper code in it for colorizing. Sometimes that happens. It happened to me a lot over a couple of days, I can tell you that. I'm going to do this again now that I have the level 8, Rev 8. I got it export. Rev 8 in here. Minus. That's STL. That's why. So I want this to be Rev 8 without color. Drop that in there. Now this is how we do the colorizing. I'm going to add 4 color changes. We're going to make this 1, that one 2, 3, 4. I can download the G-code, copy that out. First, want to rename it. I think it should change the name from what you uploaded to it. There goes the music again. His friend just came over, so now they're working on lyrics. They'll probably put on the headset in a minute. If they're going to do legit recording, they can't have that playing. Alright. Oh boy, there we go. Yeah, he's killing it now. Alright, so let me cancel that. Good thing we're not having a Friday Night 3D printer hangout. Okay, this will cancel your print. Yep, I want to cancel the print. Come on. Now I can show you what that looks like. Switch the BS here. You can see it's a lot more, it's less translucent. Like I know if I shine a light through it, because I can see through it right now. So it'd be good for, this stuff might be good, might be better for lithophane than this. Not sure, I'd have to do a comparison. But this is definitely solid and looks great. And again, this is the MatterHackers Build Series filament. Preheating it again. So now I'm going to load up Octoprint. And at some point during Glenn and Xander's Fun King 3D live stream, this will be done. Might mute you guys when I'm watching you to record this. Bit of heat. Perfect. Yep, this might print a lot faster because I removed everything. It won't be done in half an hour. That's for sure. It's saying it's an hour right now. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'll be stopping the stream right at 9 o'clock. What I want is I want the go ahead from Glenn and Xander. They're like, hey, we're ready to roll, and then I want him to paste. So Glenn, hopefully you're listening. I want you to paste your link for your live stream in this live stream. Right? Is it already scheduled? Do you have it as an event? That way everybody can switch over to your stream. This is a Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. Pretty good. Really what I want to do is I want to get at least one color change on camera, and then I can talk my way through that on the video. And then while Glenn and Xander is in live stream and I'm listening to it, I can work on editing the video. Let's see, 1 hour. Still gonna say 8 minutes something for this first layer. 6 minutes. And the next layer will be 4 minutes. So then you got 6, 8, 14. Next layer after that's probably only 3 or 2. Not bad. No, that's right. Yeah, because I only have 3 solid layers, and then I go to 10% info. I really like Fusion 360. A lot more to learn about it, but so far I've been able to create some cool stuff. Now, I did this before in on my CNC. See if I can bring. This is at Gary Redmond's house. I made him this this eagle's head. This is out of foam. This is XPS foam. Yeah. So, Glenn, did you hear what I asked? That I want you to paste your link to your live stream in here, so that we can literally jump from here to your live stream. So everybody will just raid your live stream. So this was out of XPS foam, which is extruded polystyrene. It's the 2-inch foam, 2-inch thick, or I think this might have been 2-inch thick, that I got from Home Depot, just construction foam, and just used my CNC on this. But this was a 1/8 inch end mill. that I did on it, and I had to watch it. It took a long time because it's clearing away an 1/8 inch at a time, you know. But the problem with that is watching it. That takes the time. But the issue is that the polystyrene would sometimes wrap around it, and then the bit would essentially get bigger, and it's really polystyrene rubbing against polystyrene, and I wasted like 3 blanks because the bit was just getting clogged up. And it was friction welding, and an 1/8 inch bit spinning at 10,000 RPM does become a weapon, a projectile at that point when it breaks. And I'm glad I had safety glasses on because it did hit me. It didn't hurt me. It stung, but it, wasn't physically damaged from it. Let's type to Glenn and Xander. Paste. Oh, so you hear me. Okay. So I want you to paste your link to your live stream in this chat. Yeah, so CNC, you definitely want to build your own. You don't need to buy one. You'll need to buy the parts for it, but then you just build your own. Unlike 3D printing, which is a lot of intricacies that went into and engineering that went into it, CNC is not that way. A lot more forgiving. If you're off by the slightest amount, you may not really see it because you're generally working on pieces that are a lot larger. Whereas our things, we're printing something that's small and we're using these small layers, and if one layer is off by 1/4 of a millimeter, we actually notice it. Very strange. But yeah, so that's my spoil board, and the spoil board here shows a little bit of history. I thought it was cool. The different things that I printed. The eagle's head is barely see that was put into it. Anyway. Yes, we do. We're called makers. Oh, there we go. There's the YouTube. So everybody, we're going to jump into that at 9 o'clock. But sometimes I know in Friday Night 3D Print Hangout we don't always start on time. So you got to give us a countdown and know that you're ready to go. Because I can see everybody raiding, and then you already have it going, so that's not a problem. We can raid anyway. We just might be sitting there waiting for you to start. That's the ticket. So what do I need to record? For this layer to finish. And everybody let me know if the banner is in the way of any of the controls, if that's annoying, the little banner there. If you don't already, follow me on Facebook. There's a link down here. There. That's my link on Facebook. I can't post the actual facebook.com/youdoitcontracting because when you click on it, YouTube plays with it. They add a couple of characters at the end. I think it's intentional, because then it goes to a page that does not exist. And I discovered that, so when I switch to Bitly, it works fine. And behind the Bitly is facebook.com/youdoitcontracting. The same link. And boy, it took me a while to figure that out. And then, if you don't already have this book, you need to get it. This is Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. So, there's a lot of stories in here. It's really everybody's story about their success and what they were either doing wrong or what they needed to do better. And a lot of them credited Gary's Crush It book, his first book in this series, I guess we can say now. Definitely read that. I'm on chapter 2 right now. Reading it slowly because I'm also watching some courses from John Cannell. And one of the things you have to do as creators is take advantage of affiliate programs and just make sure you put them in your links appropriately and everything. And as long as you're okay with the product, definitely represent it. There we go, more music. Let's see what our levels are. Alright, we're on layer 4. We're 4 minutes a layer, so then we have another 6 minutes, it looks like. And then we'll be on to the next layer, and then we'll have a color change. And that will definitely be done before Glenn and Xander's live stream. And what I want to do is take my camera. I already have my GoPro going on this, as well as my 920 Logitech camera. But I want to take my my Lumix and get a tight shot of me swapping the filament. And I was recording. Let me see if I can switch to those videos. I want to give you a little peek of what I'm doing. Ooh. Good. So this is the coffee table I was working on. I was going through the footage. A lot of footage. Back. Bring up a couple other clips from this. So that's me hooking up the LEDs there. Working on connecting the LEDs. So this right here, this is let's see, that's 32 right there. 64 feet of LED strips on the top of the table. So it's a little excessive, but it came out pretty good. Now I'm just doing the LED strips on the inside. So this is I used my router and did a rabbet on the edge of this MDF, and glued the LED strip inside that rabbet, and then that casts a nice glow around the bottom of the table. I think I have a picture of it. Print. Yes. And there, yeah, I'm making a video, but this is behind the scenes. Alright, so this one here, that's the underneath of the table. And that's the LEDs that are in there that cast the glow onto the rug. So. Countdown. T-minus 20. We get to switch our color before we raid Glenn and Xander's page. One of the other things I wanted to look at while I'm doing this is let's see. I'm going to switch back to this for a moment. And get on Martin's YouTube. I haven't been doing a good job of this, but I want to make sure that we know who everybody is in Friday night 3D printer hangouts. So we already know we're jumping into Glenn and Xander's. Also have Country Cowboy, Mad How I Do It, got JMT, Vicky Soma, and Peter has joined us a couple times. Now this is Martin. His one of the things that I tweeted this morning was a link to his channel in response to Tim Schmoyer's Instagram post of his kids putting together a puzzle, a world puzzle, right? So they get to learn about the countries and everything as they do that. And so I tweeted to Tim the link to his, it was really to his Twitter, to his Patreon, but pointing out that what Martin does is he does the landscapes for, different regions of Iceland, which I think is really awesome. What he does and how he gets the topography to, he does great videos, Mike. I want to build his enclosure in the worst way. This enclosure that he did here. So I got all my workshop equipment and everything all set up, sort of set up. I can get to it. I got my planer, my bandsaw, table saw, palm sander, router table. I mean, I'm all set to make something. So I'm definitely going to crank out an enclosure. The other thing I want to do is the bottom of the table. I think I'm probably going to have to do it in glass because I don't think doing it in acrylic is a good idea. I want the bottom of the enclosure to be lit from the bottom. So the whole bottom of the enclosure, like the printer will sit on top of glass. It's going to be frosted glass. And I'm going to have LEDs underneath of it. That's going to make the whole enclosure glow from the bottom. And then I'll have LEDs all around for the same thing. The LEDs on the inside, I may do acrylic and sand both sides of it. Okay, so you use the IKEA stuff, yeah. Yeah, and then he's got the block in there for, I think, for resonance. To keep the resonance down, the resonant frequencies. And that was prior to installing the feet, because I don't see the feet that I have on my printer from Prusa. They have the anti-resonating feet that you print. Alright, so throw out another channel that we can give a quick look at, shout out while I'm waiting. Okay, so while you throw out the next one, you got Ron, right? The Happy Extruder. He's over 1,000 subscribers now. Awesome. We're trying to prop everybody up. Give everybody the exposure they need. I think this thing is ready to pop. It's working on the last layer. I hope I did this one right, because I don't want to have to throw away another print. Let's see, we're on layer height of 1. Is that right? On 1. Yep, that's right. So when we get to 1.2, that's when it switches. So it'll start beeping as soon as it gets to over 1. All right, let's take a look at that. Thanks for joining. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I think I did see this. So definitely want to make sure you get on, once you get around 500. I don't think we should really go by subscribers. I think when your views reach like 5,000, 7,000 a month or something, you should consider jumping on the Amazon affiliate program and adding the link. A little bit. So you're heating that up so you can insert it. Oh, here we go, color change. Alright, so now I want to get this. This thing will just. So I'm using the MatterHackers build. Matter number 3. Using the Let me switch my camera here. Using the MatterHackers build series filament. Put in the code. Here's the website. Let me color. There it's under command at whatever height specified. So I specified after 1 millimeter. Every time I remove the filament, I always clip the end so it's ready for the next time. Occasionally I will forget. Okay, so I'm swapping this filament now. And this is going to happen 4 times. The first layer is white. See, it's characters build. Next layer is green. What I'm using. MatterHackers PLA. I have it inserted. Now I'm going to hit. I'm going to press the knob here. I don't know if you can see what the display is saying, but it says insert filament and press the knob. Loading in, but I missed the initial pull through. I may have to do this again. I'll go with color not clear. Make it good. now what I'm doing is I'm waiting here to pull the filament through, because I found that this is the best approach because it doesn't raise the head any, which I would like it to, and then put it back down to where it needs to go. Alright, did it load correctly? We'll go with yes. And now I have to wait because it still spits out a little bit. And now this is the little bit of filament that's left over. And what's it done? What? Something happened. Communication error. Uh-oh. It legit aborted. I wonder if there's an error in the file. So this print is a fail. Anyway, that's how you change it. Question I have is, can I continue 10 minutes? Actually, now it's 7 minutes. Raid to stream. This went foobar. The question, can I make it continue? So the print failed. I'm sitting here with filament ready to go. It's loaded up. Can I tell Octoprint to start the layer at that next spot? Or am I pretty much dead and I gotta start all the way over again? Cool if I could. I wonder if the code file hasn't. It's not gonna. Not record. I think I might just start over again. If it happens again. All right, so we're at the 5-minute mark. So let's. I'm going to end this stream now, but before I end it, let's all click on this link. Edit the code section. So in S3D, are you able to specify color change within it, or you have to wait till the file spit out? I got to learn more about S3D. Well, I don't have S3D. So let's end this stream. We're all going to jump in. One more comment here. Yep. Got it. All right, let's click on the link and jump into and Xander's. Say hello. And I'm going to end my stream now. Thanks everyone for watching, and make sure you jump over to Fun King 3D.